Hello everybody, welcome back. Glad to have you. Be sure you like, subscribe, comment on these videos, share these videos with other people that you may think could use the information. I really appreciate it. It helps the channel out a lot. Smash the like button. You can always check out all of the other Wizard Golf Lessons playlist by clicking the icon up here in the corner or the link in the description. Remember, new videos come out every Sunday morning. And if you're watching these videos and you have gained anything from them, please consider giving a donation. I have a link in the description to PayPal, and it would be much appreciated. It keeps me incentivized to keep making these videos. I'm really just doing this from my desire to help and share the knowledge that I have. So it's much appreciated if you do that. Thanks to Jeffrey Bickford, Adam Sokoloff, and Frank Negrete for your donations. Much appreciated, much obliged. Okay, so we've made it through quite a bit of the golf game. We've already been through putting and chipping and pitching and now driver. And today I'm going to give you maybe the simplest, easiest way to improve your golf game by not doing really much at all. This is something that I strayed away from a long time ago and only came back to it a couple of years ago, and it has really changed the way that I perceive and play the game and has dropped my game quite dramatically. And for me, that would be 2 or 3 shots, which is quite strong. And it's just a very simple thing. So today's lesson is going to be the power of the line. And by the power of the line, I mean putting a line on your golf ball like this. I have a line that I put on my golf ball now all the way around. I have a tool that I use to do this. There are many different tools that you can get. I have this one that came with, I don't know, some free pack of balls that I got where it clips on. The only problem with this one is that I have to keep moving it around to make the line. And then I recently got these clip-on ones, which are much handier. And you can clip it on and then draw the line almost all the way around in one lick. And so these are really handy. I highly recommend putting a line on your golf ball if you're not already doing so. And I'm going to give you the reasons for doing so and how it can help your game today. By the way, if you don't already know, today is the fall equinox. So summer is now over and we're entering fall. This is one of my favorite times of the year. I'm really excited about it. Hoodie weather, it's going to get cooler. It's about to be perfect golfing weather down in the south where I'm at. So enjoy your fall. I told you I had tried to use the line before to a line, and typically we think about this as being able to line up putts. You see almost all professional golfers lining up some kind of line or the line that comes naturally on the ball with their intended target line, and they use that to putt. And I know many of you are not using that. I know I didn't use it for many years, although I wish I would have started earlier. It would have really saved me a lot of hassle and trouble and given me, I would have been a better golfer today had I just stuck with it. And the reason I didn't stick with it is because when I would line this up from the back to what I thought my intended target line would be, when I went to set up my putt, or my putter with that line, and then I looked at the hole, it looked like I was aimed at my knee. It didn't look like I was aimed anywhere close to the hole. So eventually I just abandoned it and just started using my intuition and my own reading processes without the line. But now I combine both together. I combine the line along with my feel, my feet, my vision, and the line together to give me a wider picture of what's happening. The line will definitely show you where you are aligned to the target or what your intended target line is, so you know from the back. And the reason this is helpful is because we can't really see the target line when we're standing to the side of the golf shot. It's very difficult to see from the side. It's much easier to see from the back and with one eye closed. When you see it from the back, you can see the line, and I'm sure you've all experienced this. You look at the back and you see like it's a nice little curve, and then you go to set up and you look at it and you're like, whoa, where you can't see where to aim anymore. But you go from the back and you can see it very clearly, and then you step on top of the ball and you can't see it anymore. It's because you're having a difference of view, a different frame of reference. You can't see as well on top of the ball as you can from the back. Specifically, you can't see from the side at all, really. You can only trust your vision from behind the golf ball when the ball is in between you and your target line or you in the hole. So that being said, you can use the line to properly line up or to set this at the target that you intend to send the ball on. And once you have that, then you can set up to the ball and putt it there. And you have to trust it. You have to trust it over time. It's not going to happen immediately, but eventually your feel and what you see and the line will coincide, and your confidence will increase greatly. You will have a lot of confidence in being able to make shorter putts and longer putts, or even send your ball off where you want to, because you will learn to trust the line. At first you won't trust it, you're going to trust whatever else you have been doing, but eventually you will learn to trust the line, and once you do that, your game will change and you'll become more accurate in your putting especially. Regarding the line on the golf ball, you see that I've painted this line all the way around the ball. I recommend painting it all the way around the ball. It's very helpful. If it's only just a piece of it, it doesn't give you quite the feedback that it does if it's all the way around. Once you have the line all the way around the golf ball and you set it up for a putt, not only does it help you align, but it's also an instant feedback tool. It gives you the feedback of whether or not you hit a good putt and whether or not you chose the appropriate line. For an example, if I line this ball up with a line and I hit the putt and I see that the putt is rolling relatively end over end, the line is going straight and I've hit the proper speed, and I don't make the putt, that lets me know that I did not align it properly. I either played it too low or too high. If I hit a good putt and it doesn't go in the hole, then I know that I did not set it up on the on the target line that was appropriate to make that hole. So I can make corrections and adjustments throughout the round, whether it broke more or less than I thought for that given slope. The other thing that it gives you is feedback on how well you stroked the putt. If you hit the putt well, it is going to roll end over end. And if you hit it not so well, then it's going to kind of wobble some. The line won't be going like this, it'll be wobbling a bit. And if you hit a wobbly putt, it's not as good, of course, as a putt that's going end over end. We can still make putts that wobble. I still make some putts that I don't hit that well, because maybe I didn't read it that well and I hit a bad putt, but it happened to go in the hole. To make putts, we have to line up speed and the line that we want to take. There's more than one way to make the putt, we know this. We can play a high line, slow speed, or a low line, fast speed. But having the line is a great tool, and it's completely free. It's legal. You can play this on any course. This is why you see the pros doing it. I've seen Schauffele do it. Bryson DeChambeau does this, and multiple other golfers use the line on the golf ball. It's very helpful. I recommend highly that you start using this to get some feedback on your putts and to learn where you're aligning them, how you're reading, how properly you're reading the greens. It's just so helpful to have the line. Without the line, you don't really know. Did you misread it? Did you not hit a good putt? You just don't really have a feedback mechanism. But when you put that line on the ball, you know instantly what's going on. So very, very helpful. So I'm going to put a demonstration putt here to show you how I can use the line to determine what's going on with my putting game. Here I'm putting this putt. It's about 1, 2, almost 9 feet, maybe 8 feet away, a very makeable putt. And I see that I'm estimating that it's going to break slightly downhill, slightly this way, slightly to my right. So I have the line on the ball lined up just outside the lip. I don't see a very severe break. I'm just putting it just on the lip, maybe just outside the lip, and I'm going to stroke the ball, and I line up the lines on my putter with the line on the ball. And then I take my stance and I'm going to stroke it, and once I stroke it, I'll be able to see whether I lined it up or if I hit the putt well. So you see there, the putt rolled virtually end over end, and it went in the hole. And I made a good read. So in fact, I had it lined up outside the hole here, and it broke just enough to go back into the hole. If I were to do the same thing, and let's say I'm going to deliberately line it up now, let's say I improperly read it and I thought it was going right to left, but it's actually going to left to right. So here I'm going to line up the ball deliberately on the right side of the cup. So here I have the line lined up to the right edge of the cup, and I'm not thinking that this is going to go in because I've already made it, but let's say that I didn't know that. So I'm going to putt it now, and I'm going to try to roll it end over end again, and I'm going to hit the putt. And so that ball rolls end over end. You can see how cleanly it rolls. And I missed the putt over here, and I also hit it way too hard. But that gives me feedback. That lets me know that I hit a good putt, but I didn't align it properly. There's another possibility. This time I'm going to line it up properly. So just outside the lip. Now I'm lining it up just outside the left lip again. And here I'm going to deliberately hit a poor putt where it's not going end over end. I'm going to make the ball wobble some by hitting a glancing blow, skating it, and the putt may still go in, but I'm going to not hit a good putt. You see how that ball wobbled, and see how much more it broke than the ball that rolled straight? So that was not such a good putt, and it didn't go in. So when I hit it like that, I can tell that I didn't make a good stroke, I didn't put a good stroke on it, I didn't roll the ball well, so then my chances of making the putt are not going to be nearly as good as if I were to roll it well. So you can see through those demonstrations that using the line gives me a lot of feedback as to what's going on after I strike the ball once I putt it. Did I hit a good putt? Did I aim in the correct line? Did I play enough break and too much? Not enough? It gives me a lot of information. If I didn't have that line on the ball, I really don't know what went wrong. I wouldn't know if I played enough break or if I hit a poor putt. I don't have any way to know that. But once you put the line on the golf ball, it will tell you, it reveals to you the quality of putt you hit, and it lets you know if you do hit a good quality putt, whether or not you played the correct line for that particular speed that you played. So as far as putting is concerned, you just simply can't get a better feedback device than putting a line on the golf ball itself. There's another advantage to having the line on the ball. Not only can we use it for putts, but we can also use it on the tee box to align our tee shots, drives, and especially par threes. Par threes are notoriously difficult to line up and aim at because the course designers use elevation changes to change our perception. In many par threes, the ground drops away from us in the front and then goes down and then rises back up at the hole. So it's very difficult to aim without the ground in between. And sometimes the tee boxes can be skewed slightly, so they're not aimed where you want to be. And it distorts your ability to aim where you want to. But with the line, you can remove all of those doubts and tee the ball up such that you line the line up with your intended target line. And that way, when you come and you square up your club, you can square up your club with the target, with the line, and know that you're going to be lined up at whatever target you choose, whether you want to hit it to the left side of the green or directly at the pin or whatever your target may be. But you can use the line on tee shots to set up where you want to hit the ball towards your target. And that way, when you come up and put your club onto the ball, you can square up your club perpendicular to this line, the leading edge, as we've talked about. I'll demonstrate here what I mean. You can take your club, and so if we have the line like this, you can take your club on the tee box and set it up such that it's perpendicular to it. And once it's perpendicular to it, then you know that you're lined up to the target. This just removes all doubt about where you're lining up when you're on the tee box. This is so helpful. It's elegantly simple, but extremely powerful. And that's why we call this the power of the line. This will change your game quite dramatically, I think. At least it'll remove the doubt of where you're lining up. You may find that where you're actually lining up is not where you want to line up. What you feel is lined up properly is probably not lined up properly. So using the line is extremely helpful. The other thing that gives us when hitting iron shots and par threes is that it tells you feedback about where you hit the club. For instance, you can see here on this 7-iron that I've hit, I played a couple days ago. I'm actually going to be posting that 9 holes from that round soon. There, you can see it right there. You can see there's a black line here and there's one in the middle of the club face right there. So here, this one I hit a little bit toey, and this one I hit right in the nuts, right in the center. So it tells me where I hit it because I line up the line. So when you hit it with the line there, it'll show up on the club face and make a mark on your club face of where you struck the ball. Super handy. All right, thanks so much. That's going to do it for today. Thanks for sticking around and watching. Remember, you can always check out 2 of my other videos here and subscribe here. See you next week.